What's up, graphic designers, and welcome to Thursday's class. We're going to be taking some inspiration from this messy goat poster, and we're going to be reimagining it and celebrating Labby's and the Cause for Paws group. Here's that PNG that I created yesterday, and here's ultimately a draft of what we're going to be working on today, and you're going to notice that similar to this original source of inspiration, we've got different individuals popping out of this geometry. You'll notice like the cleat is overlapping the border or the division. It's like the gutter between the different panels. We see the top of his head. We see his head and his hand. We also see a different background in every segment. And so we're going to try to achieve that as well. So it looks a little bit like this. These two cutouts were exceptional. So I think Freddie did this one of Hawk. I can't recall who did this one of Ariana. We're going to find out in a moment as we analyze your performance and your cutouts. I'm really excited to see what you guys submitted, and let's start right here. Let's close this out, and hopefully your names are in the file names. All right, so well done, Zoe. So Zoe, it does look like this kitty is sitting in her hand. It looks a little like boxy right there, so you might want to clean that up. Well done, Zoe. I'm not mad about this, although if you think about it, this cat is huge. So we didn't really talk about proportion, but this has got to be like a 70-pound cat. So you might want to decrease the size just a tad. I'm not even going to do Jidong's image because he's going to get negative credit for that. Sophia is a great kid, but this doesn't look super realistic, right? We want to have the kitten, puppy nested in their hand. And who did this? Well done, Winnie. This looks great, except you know what, Winnie? And everyone, I can't help but notice it says Vecteezy, right? So we don't want those like watermarks in there. So you're gonna need to get rid of that. And one of the ways to do that is layer masking it out. You're gonna do your best on that. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna download Winnie's and we're gonna take a look. We're gonna do an experiment in a second. Tony, this is by John. So John, you did sort of the opposite of the one that maybe was it Sophia did with Ariana. This puppy looks really small. So we want to think about how is it proportionally. Ahmed is a funny kid, and this cat is not a happy camper right now. And I don't know, it looks like Tony's flinging it, all right? And so you want to think about the dynamics of the relationship between the animal and the human. Also, we cannot save and submit this as JPEGs. I need it as PNGs. Again, well done. Freddie, this looks tremendous. Ian, not bad, man. This looks great. I'm going to download this. I'm going to use this one. Well done. Thank you so much, Darren. Talia, I'm not mad about this. I really like this one in the kitty cat, except Talia, we need it as PNGs. Hopefully you submit it as a PNG. What I'm going to say to Matea is that given the template that we're working with, there's not a whole lot of real estate. And I know that I didn't tell you that in yesterday's class. So if possible, maybe shift this kitty cat up a little bit. Otherwise, I really like it. Hopefully we have that somewhere as a PNG. This is hilarious, Jidong. Well done. Thank you so much, Serena, for submitting something. Although, okay, this goes for everyone, but because like the dark fur matches her shirt, it doesn't really seem like she's holding the puppy. You're gonna want to think maybe about how to like reconfigure that. Well done, Sophie. Brandon, this does not look like a happy dog. It looks like he's holding it from his hand. I might want to reconsider that. Someone submitted this as a PSD and another PSD. Thank you so much, Talia. We need this as a PNG. Okay, Jennifer. I really like this one featuring Tony. All right, so there's lots of good ones in here. We're going to wrap up, I think, with Jennifer's. I really like this one. I'm going to download this one right now, and I'm going to hop back into Photoshop. I'm going to click File, not New. I'm going to click File, Open. I want to take a look at Winnie's submission because she had that watermark, and I'm curious, is it possible to eliminate that? And here we go. Let's go. And we don't see the watermark, do we? I'm going to use the move tool. I'm going to shift it over and drag it. I'm going to put it right here. And you know, we don't really see it. Oh, we do see it just a tad. So you can, let's see. You can use the eraser tool. Winnie, you're going to need to fix that up next time. All right. How exactly are we getting these individuals into this template? So I'm going to click File, Open. And we've got a couple templates that I made. Here's another template I made. I don't love it, but I'm just going to illustrate the process of adding individuals to the template. And here's how this is going to work. I'm going to use the move tool, and I'm simply going to click and drag the individual from that PNG, and we're going to pop her maybe right here. And let's grab another one. We'll add Hawk again. Okay, so we've got a couple individuals. Here is how this works. You're going to want to think strategically about where you're going to position them, right? Because that's kind of important. I'm going to press Command T to shrink it down just a tad. I'm going to think, where does it make sense? Yeah, I like this. I like this right here. And so I'm going to have Hawk's head and his elbow and the tail of his cat overlapping the borders. Great. And so I know that you guys know that we're going to click in the background, and we're going to use not the object selection, not the quick selection, but the magic wand. And we're going to want to make sure that contiguous is checked. That's really critical. I'm going to click on this area right here in the lower right hand corner. We're going to switch to Hawk. We're going to add a layer mask. Perfect. And then I'm going to press B for brush, and we're going to add his elbow. Okay, so easy. We're going to add that tail of the kitty cat, and we're going to add the brim and the top of his head. All right, that looks amazing. And let's do this one more time. I'm going to use the background layer. We're going to press W for magic wand. We're going to select this area. That makes sense. We're going to switch to Ariana. We're going to apply a layer mask. And in this case, because she's at the top of the image, she's not going to be overlapping any other border, and that's fine. All right, what we want to do now is we want to think, like, where are these individuals going to be situated? I think it would be fun if they were in different kinds of homes. So I did a Google search of different styles of homes, and I can't help but notice that we've got cabins, cottages, mid-century modern. So we'll do that right now. I'm going to copy and paste this text. I'm going to go to a new tab, and I'm going to paste mid-century modern over cabin, and then I wrote home interior because we want interior shots, and we're going to want to look for something that's fun. Sure, why not? This is great. We're going to simply right-click, select copy image. We're going to return to Photoshop, Command V to paste. And yeah, this is ideally we want a higher res image. That's okay. We'll situate this maybe right here. We're going to drop it down. We're going to use the magic wand tool, making sure that we're in the right section of that template. And then we're going to add another layer mask. Okay, that looks cool. And you know what? I'm actually going to do this over again. I don't like this background right here because I don't like the orange on orange. I don't like the tan on the tan. So we need something with a little bit more contrast. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click. We're going to copy image. We're going to return to Photoshop. We're going to hide that and press Command V to paste, Command T. And I think this is going to have much, much, much better contrast. And yeah, I think that it will. We're going to extend it across that segment. This looks lovely. Run the background layer, magic wand. We're going to select. We're going to switch to that new layer, layer mask. And this looks awesome, ladies and gentlemen. One down. Let's just do one more for good measure. So we're going to check out the different styles of homes. And let's do a bungalow and see what happens. All right, so we're going to do a bungalow home interior. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to right click, copy image. We're going to return to Photoshop, Command V to paste, Command T. We're going to increase the size so it looks a little something like this. What makes sense for you guys? I'm not mad about that. We're going to use the magic wand. We're going to select this, making sure that we're in the background layer. We're going to return to to the bungalow layer, layer mask. That looks awesome. All right, 2 down, 5 to go. We're going to ultimately add the logo. Somewhere it makes sense. We're going to do that in Friday's class. Continue working on the cutouts today and start this project. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.